We're going to welcome an adjunct professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude. Good morning, Dan. Okay, so the Trump Media and Technology Group entered the market as a merger with Digital World Acquisition Corp, which has spiked more than 200% this year. Do you think the Trump stock can keep this momentum?
Well, it started off really strong yesterday, but look, I think there's more to this. I do believe that this stock is overvalued based upon the value of the stock and the accumulation of losses that they've had. So there's certainly a danger that we have a bubble here. However, what I think the long-term value of this stock is going to be based upon the election results. If Trump were to lose, I don't think the prospects are so great. If Trump wins, then I do believe there could be some future benefit in this stock.
Yeah, Dan, that's a fantastic point. We will see in November. Okay, so let's move on to BlackRock. Their CEO, Larry Fink, is arguing that Americans, to keep up with the increasing life expectancy, should be working longer. So Fink saying it's crazy. The 65-year-old retirement age started under the Ottoman Empire, arguing the Social Security Administration won't be able to keep up with the rising number of Americans collecting retirement benefits by 2034. So, Dan, although obviously most Americans are living longer than they were back then, what is the best course of action to guarantee a safe and secure retirement for our aging population?
Well, I think it's a combination of simply two things, and that is people are living longer, so they're going to have to work longer. And there's also a possibility that you're going to have to figure out how to push Social Security recipients back, meaning you collect at a later age. And dare I say, you may have to have some tax increases, which of course I'm not for. But when you're talking about fixing a problem that has been created, that may be the solution. Look, the bottom line is this. No one out there should be relying that Social Security is going to be there to support them in their retirement years. So plan accordingly.
Yeah, definitely. Good advice there, Dan. So Visa and MasterCard agreeing to a $30 billion settlement in an antitrust lawsuit over swiping fees. So the settlement now mandating the card services would need to lower their swiping fees to merchants by 0.04% for a minimum of 3 years, with rates right now sitting around 2% of the entire transaction, although some cards charge as much as $4. So the settlement additionally has the companies maintain swipe fee rates that existed at the end of 2023 for the next 5 years. Dan, do you think that these fee drops will benefit the consumer?
It's not going to have much impact here, Alex. When you're talking about 0.04%, you're talking about, pennies here on the dollar. So it's not going to have a dramatic impact. Look, the number is big when you're talking about collectively the entire pool of merchants that are being charged these swipe fees. But when you really break it down to the consumers and so on, there really isn't going to be much benefit. These credit card companies are doing well, to say the least, and the merchants and the consumers not so much when you're using those credit cards.
Yeah, by 0.04%. Okay, so ahead of Easter, which is this upcoming Sunday, Trump is unveiling a new God Bless the USA Bible. So the former president partnering with country music star Lee Greenwood to sell these King James Version Bibles. And it's also equipped with the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance. Dan, we saw how his golden sneakers flew off the shelves. How do you think these Bibles are going to do?
Probably pretty well is my guess. Listen, does Trump ever miss an opportunity in the marketplace to do some selling? Say what you want about him, but, he's an opportunist and perhaps the world's greatest salesman. So it doesn't surprise me. And if I had to predict, he's probably going to sell a lot of Bibles.
Yeah, definitely. Good timing again, with Easter coming up this Sunday. Dan Geltrude, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It is always a pleasure to have you.
Thanks, Alex.